Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham Daily News and Update show for November 4th on a Tuesday. Yes, we're on the eve of Wrexham going to Fratton Park and taking on Pompey and hopefully coming away with 3 points. Excited to chat about that today. Got some bad news about Elliot Lee, which we found out the other day. We'll talk about that briefly and just what we can expect tomorrow at Fratton Park. Dan Scarr had some words of wisdom going in there. He's been playing there before, and it's going to be a cauldron tomorrow for Pompey. And don't let it slip. You know, we have highs, we have lows. You got to stay in the middle. You know, much like last season, we kind of played down to our competition. And I think this time it's going to be different, in my opinion. I'd love to get your thoughts on it, too. How is everyone doing? Nikki D's in the house. Yo, how are you? I don't know what happened to what's happened to the style or anything. Bubble. Yeah, that's not right. Okay, there you go. To everything. What's going on? Bono's here. What's going on, Bono? Bono, morning to you as well. But yeah, we're going to have a battle tomorrow at Fratton Park. There is games today. Just going into this, I think the match day 14, we are sitting currently, Wrexham are sitting 15th in the table, and Portsmouth are sitting 20th in the table. But don't let that fool you because, like I said, every single match that we go into this season will be an absolute battle. Absolute battle. Well played on beating us last Friday. Thank you, Hector. I appreciate you and happy to have you back in here. Leap and Sarah is also in the house as well. Tommy L's here too. But before we get started, everyone, please smash that like button and subscribe to the Local Pundit. We are, again, like 43 away from 3,001. Let's get there. Hopefully, we get there within the next week or so. We can stop talking about it and move on. But what a fantastic community. But it's slowly but surely. We are army crawling right through it. And we're going to get there. I promise. I promise all of you with this awesome community. All right, let's just take a quick tour right here. So Dan Scarr was talking to the media, and I was just listening to that too on the Leader Live. And he had some nice things to say in regards to the fact that, he felt the tone shift against Coventry was there. They also brought up Windass, saying that we've been kind of playing, giving the competition too much respect. And I've been saying that for the last, I would say, month or so. Get on the front foot. And not to say we don't respect the teams that are in there. Yes, teams are coming down. They have money. They have great players on there too. But what we showed in the Coventry match, what we showed in that match is that we're allowed to be in this league and we could play with anybody. It's not that I didn't think there was belief in the squad. I think sometimes you have to prove it and show it to yourselves. Like, oh, the light bulb will go off. And I think that's what happened at the Coventry game. And that's what Dan Scarr was saying. There are no easy points. There are no easy games. And I don't think we go into any match doing that. But I hope that tomorrow, Fratton Park is going to be a cauldron for them, even though they've lost 3 on the bounce. But don't say, hey, listen, they lost 3 on the bounce. They could lose 4. That's easy. That makes it a little more dangerous because that means that, in my opinion, they'll probably be a little bit more up for the match. And the score line did flatter them. I think it was whatever they lost to their last match was 4-0 against Birmingham City. It was a little bit flattering to them, from what I understand. That Portsmouth that they're not as bad a side as they appear to be. But their last 3 matches, they lost to Birmingham City. They lost to Stoke City 1-0, and they lost to Coventry City. Now, all 3 of those teams, Stoke City's in 3rd, Coventry City's in 1st, and fair play to Birmingham City, they're in 11th. So none of the sides that they played in the last 3 matches that they lost are bad sides. So be prepared. Be prepared for what to expect. I don't want us to sit back tomorrow. I want us to go be on the front foot and have that confidence. And I think we built to that coming out of Coventry City. And can we keep that momentum of consistency? Again, playing down to our competition has been some of our faults. Last year, we've lost. How many points did we drop with teams that got relegated in the bottom 3 or the bottom 4? That needs to go out to the woodshed. Leave that in League One, okay? Leave that in League One, and I think we can do that. I think Dan Scarr coming in, albeit, yes, it's very – I don't like, players going out injured. Obviously, Brunty's out for 12 weeks or whatever it is. He's going to step up. So, I think Dan Scarr is going to come in and do a great job. And whatever side they put Hyam on, left or right, Hyam will be in there as well. And if Max is in there, who apparently has played every single minute of every game, which is insane, by the way. But, hey, he's a young kid. He can handle it. And Dan Scarr brought that up, too. Games are coming thick and fast. I mean, shit. Sorry, I don't know what. My phone rang without ringing. The games are coming thick and fast, they're saying, and they want a little bit of rest. But then when you have a momentum like this, I believe that you keep that same side. I would probably go unchanged 11 if possible tomorrow. Keep that up. The Windass, Kieffer Moore getting in together and playing together, I think is going to be cooking. The middle of the park is cooking as well. So I'd go with that too. So I'm thinking if we keep that same mentality shift, Wrexham focus, who we are, believe in ourselves, I think we come out with 3 points in this game, and then we go off. Then we're playing Welcome to the Circus, and it's Charlton on the weekend, and that's going to be another one too. Wednesday all the way to Saturday. That's quick turnaround, and that's what happens in this league. But it is what it is. Habification says yo yo yo, and Bono says respecting the opposition and fearing them are two different animals. Yes, why don't you give a little bit more on that, Bono? Because I agree with that. Respecting them doesn't mean you lay down to them. Okay, I agree with that too. And I think I've said it. I think we have better players who'd be on the front foot rather than doing what we've been doing a little bit more. And Kieffer Moore with the hat trick, fantastic. The hat trick of assists as well, fantastic. I think the middle of the park is doing very well. But can Matty James keep up? I know he's a little bit older, and he's come on, in my opinion, leaps and bounds in the last few games and showed his class and quality. Take off the Cardiff City loss, which was our disaster. But sometimes it's good to lose and get that wake-up call, and I think that might have been that wake-up call. And the growing partnerships around the pit on different parts of the pitch. With Hyam next to Kakache was good to see. With Max next to Issa on the right side, great up front. Again, like I mentioned, Windass and Kieffer Moore. All those will start clicking. The gelling is over. We are fully gelled. We are fully gelled. We could be on the New Jersey shore with all the gel we have on our team right now. We are gelling. It is it. That is over. That is no more excuses about that too. So I appreciate the fact that Dan Scarr has come in and said, and Windass has come in and say, hey, we can be here. We're here, and that's the game to prove it. But Pompey's not going to lay down for us. Pompey will not lay down for us. So be ready for that. Be ready for that. If we go down, we can come back. If we can get, honestly, we're at 7 points for the last 10, I think it is. 7 out of the last 10 or 12 games, 12 available points. If we can get 4 out of these next 2, I'll be happy. I think we can get 6. I actually think we can get 6. I think we can beat Pompey tomorrow, and we can beat Charlton on the weekend as well. So if we do that, impressive. We can fire up the league. And saying that too, with the big picture there, it is razor thin between 6th and 16th. It is razor thin. If we keep our momentum going into the international break, there's something here. It's that turnaround time. It is November. We are creeping up into the holiday period, which is another big fixture period that can really change the course of a season. So I believe tomorrow we can go and win this match. Our away form has been good. Be brave. I don't know who is texting me. I'm sorry. I'm just going to mute that. I apologize. I believe tomorrow is a game that we can go out and really blast them. I'm not saying it's going to be 4-0, but it could be a 3-1, something like that. And I'd like to get, another clean sheet back there too, possible. AO, has been very consistent since he's come in. Probably a good learning experience for him too, not being picked first and having to step up. I think he's done a good job. He looks a little bit more confident at times. Talk about his kicking, his shot stopping ability is top notch. Don't have to worry about that. So there's something to that too. Habification says Barkey must have seen something in training with James than Sheaf as the double pivot. Yes. And Sheaf, for whatever we look at dips in form. Shafe, whatever, however you say his name, he didn't look good for a couple games there. Maybe he was holding a knock or something like that. But he seems to be doing very, very well. That is the team. That is probably right now our best 11, which would probably be what we put out. Probably the same 11 tomorrow. Now you can swap out. You could swap out Doyle for Max. Either one doesn't matter for me. But either one of those guys, that is our best 11. And going in, we could hit our stride right now. And I think if we do that with these next 6 points, great, be really good for us. Also, I think going into this, I think we proved we can thrive in chaos as well. I think we proved that we can do that in the chaos, over the course of the last few seasons. Yes, this is a new squad, but we can thrive on the chaos. And that doesn't mean sit back and take the pressure
that means in whatever environment we're put in, the team can go and they can take care of business. So going away to Fratton Park we should not fear it. We should embrace that energy, and it's going to be a battle. So fair play. And again, I keep saying no easy games. There's not going to be one easy game. I mean, it's just a battering ram of top tier teams by badge only sometimes. By badge only sometimes with history. Got to take that into consideration too. Look at Southampton. They just came down, sacked their manager. They're in the dumps. But even if it is by badge only, by history only, these teams are big teams. So we got to watch out for that. Not get too scared. Not play the front of the jersey. Play the back of the jersey. That's what's most important. Hyam will probably go back to the center with Doyle back on the left. There's no way he's dropping Scarr, dude. There's no way he's dropping Scarr. Absolutely not. He's not going to drop Scarr. He's not going to. There's no way he drops Scarr. I don't think that'll happen. But I could be wrong. Amplification. I have been wrong before. But tomorrow, what I do want to see is this momentum push into our confidence, into us being on the front foot and being snappier on the ball, being on the front foot, going after it, trying to get one, get two, and not just taking the battering ram of wave after wave after wave. I think Parkinson has woke up and has seen, oh shit, the dam will break at some point. The dam will, a deflected goal here. Unfortunately, we had a couple of those. A wonder goal there. A free kick. A wave. Something will happen, and the other team should start fearing us a little bit too. We have a very good squad. We have a very, very, even if it's our first 12 or 13, we have a very, very good squad. And the consideration to think that we can turn this corner with that momentum, I think it's here. I'm really interested to see what kind of strategy Parkinson puts out tomorrow. We win our second balls. We get set pieces. Maybe we get lucky on some of those. Defending, getting our first headers in. Getting shots on target, on goal. Because what we've done this season, what hasn't worked, what's starting to turn the trend a little bit was our missed opportunities. That's what's kind of shot us in the foot, is missing those opportunities and not putting the ball in the back of the net. And that's also part of the difference too. Confidence, putting the ball in the back of the net. So if we can keep up high tempo, it is a big test, even though they are 20th. It is another big test for us. And we got another one coming up on Saturday. Take care of business there. It's gonna be good. If we get that locker room is probably saying, okay, we get these, let's say we get 4 out of the next, if we draw one of these games, we get 6 out of 6, we're gonna have BDE energy for sure. And talking about confidence builder, the last match, Coventry City, that has to make us 7 feet tall, no matter what. Anyone on that pitch that's part of the club, you have to feel 7 feet tall. You listen to how Parkinson reacted it. We talked about it. He's talking about saying there's a big, it was big to us. It was a big proving point to us. It's something we needed to prove to ourselves. And I think that is the switch. The light bulb has gone off. I think that's going to be the big change tomorrow. Josh, we will see if Wrexham takes a step forward with aggressive play or retreat back to defensive mediocrity. That is what I'm the most interested to look at tomorrow. Mike Shane, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow? I want to know your thoughts. I think we take the step forward. If we don't, and because we were regressing for a couple matches there, and it was kind of depressing to watch, Mike. And it's a hard watch. But we never gave up. It just, whatever the tactics they were trying to form or whatever he was doing, it just wasn't sexy football. It wasn't putting people on the front foot. It wasn't putting Wrexham in the best light for us to go be successful. Hab says we can press harder now and be more aggressive with James and Shafe and O'Brien and Windass in the midfield. That's true. O'Brien, I think Hab said it after extra time the other day, O'Brien had a really good game other than he can't finish for shit. But he had a really good game. His energy is relentless. And right now, O'Brien and Windass are both keeping Broadhead out of the team. I could see him making that one sub. That's the only, maybe O'Brien and Broadhead. I don't know. I have to see what Parkinson wants. But there's something going on with Broadhead. And John said it. I don't know why you brought him in. And we haven't used him yet. But hey, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. He's obviously a very good player, Broadhead. But O'Brien and Windass is mainly keeping him out, but O'Brien possibly is the only one who can change up. But O'Brien did play well. His energy is good. We can press. We need to be as threatening as any team coming at us. If there's space tomorrow, we will score goals. We will score goals. Our defense is solid too. Our defense is solid. George Jones agrees with amplification, and Daniel Ducky Man. A little too early for the January transfer window. We need a left wing back and another center half. Well, we're going to need something. Right now, looking at this right now, 12 weeks out, and with the Elliott Lee injury, who's in the squad right now, will not be in that 25-man squad. He won't be sold, but he will not be in that 25-man squad. The one for Brunt is very interesting. I thought Brunt's had a really good when he's come on, he's played really well. If Brunt's out for 12 weeks right now, that puts him in the middle of January, getting back in February, possibly. That's a mystery. I don't know what's going to happen. I do think we need some cover. We need some coverage where we're not having the levels drop a little bit. I know I like Longman. I thought he's done okay, but is that a big enough drop off where you're like, shoot, we can't put him in there? I don't know, but it remains to be seen if we're going to actually go in January. And I said, yes, get our business done in the January transfer window. If we want to do something in the summer, albeit we might not be going after the top tier players because of the World Cup, but still, nonetheless, it'll be hard to do business no matter what. We might not. John was like, we're not going to get top tier talent, but you have to be aware that guys are not going to move, and we get the trickle down effect of that. So whatever's going to happen, we should probably get some business done. Hab says we played and shifted to 3-4-1-2 and 3-4-2-1. That's true. And Broadhead will be integral, especially the second half of the season. I actually agree too. January transfer would be especially exciting, I think. Brian Burton says these games are must win. If we get 6 points, we will shoot up the table. We will shoot right up the table. We need to capitalize on our momentum right now. Do that. Get on streaks and get on wins. If you're on streaks, not in your underwear. If you get on streaks in a positive way, use it. If you get on streaks in a negative way, you got to get out of them real quick. And that's what saved us last season. Parkinson's really good with that. McLean will be out. He just signed an extension, Daniel, but that's a possibility. And Brian Burns says Macca out too. And Nikki backs it up too. Mike says, I'm torn between, I'm torn between a hope and that you say, Parky has seen the light, and a fear that the team is not quite settled, and the lack of confidence is a bit in their teeth and just to take the bit in their teeth and go for it. Well, my hint at that was his comment, Parkinson's comment of we needed to prove something. We needed to prove a point to ourselves. Okay, that's one. Two, second thing that was said in the interviews, Windass saying we've given teams too much respect. Confidently said that. I mean, you want to talk about cojones. That's what he's saying. And I hope that it resonates through the team as well. And tomorrow will be that test. It will be a battle internally of what kind of team we are. Are we that team that played against Coventry City, or are we the soak it up and be a little bit more hesitant? I hope it's the first. I hope it is the team on the front foot. Strike first, strike hard. Strike first, whatever he says in Karate Kid. Strike first, strike hard. No mercy, sir. I can't get my words out today. So that's what I think we should be. Brian Burton says 3 top signings: wingback, central midfielder, and a striker. Paul Kelly says, hey, Josh, and TLP fan. And George says, I'm not sure you can't get top-tier talent in January. It's certainly a bit rare, though, not to mention expensive. Cash is competitive. Yes, you have to pay for it. Overpay for it, fine. I don't give a shit. Overpay if you have to. I thought James Jones, whatever the guy went to Leicester City, I thought that was a loss. I would have loved to have had him in the team. Brian Chang's in the house. What's up, dude? It's possible the team has a post-Coventry hangover. I'm afraid that's can't do it. Brian, we cannot have that. That is unacceptable tomorrow. Unacceptable tomorrow. And granted, remember, there's games on today. There's matches today. So, today's matches are Millwall versus Birmingham City, Bristol City versus Blackburn Rovers, Charlton Athletic versus West Bromwich Albion, Derby, who are playing well, against Hull, Ipswich against Watford, Leicester City, Middlesbrough, Oxford, Stoke, Coventry, Sheffield. And tomorrow we play our matches, obviously, at noon. So Sheffield Wednesday, Norwich, Queen's Park Rangers versus Southampton, who are going to get a new manager, Preston North End against Swansea City. So there's a lot happening there. we'll get to see what the table will look like after today. Those are some big games up and down the league. So we can see that. But tomorrow, that hangover cannot come. I don't care what happens. We cannot have that hangover. It is unacceptable at this point. You can't do it. You can't do it. Habs says, we still lack depth. That's one big problem. One suggestion was Owen Wolf, who plays in Austin and MLS. I don't know him. Any good? Black Canvas says if Wrexham get the win tomorrow, they'll be one of the most formed teams at the moment, starting to build some momentum. That's it. I agree with you there. And if anyone destroying League One who is not performing in the Premier League might turn it around in the Championship, I think Cardiff City are the best team in League One. And Joey P says, let's go try two-parky formation and keep it on the front foot again. Yes, Joey P. Josh, who are Norwich? Never heard of him. There you go. And George says, Parky's primary job tomorrow is to make certain there's no post-Coventry hangover. Number one thing. We should be putting goals behind them tomorrow. We should absolutely do that. No mercy, sir. Portsmouth just lost the game like we did to Cardiff. They're going to come out hard. I hope they do. I hope they come out aggressive. You know what? Because that'll open us up. As long as we hit them back too, that's good. Open up the space. Don't sit and absorb. Get on that front foot. He'll probably come out a little bit conservative, I think. Maybe the first 10 minutes, and then we should go for it. I don't know what's going to happen. If we get on the front foot early, we score early. Awesome. Love that. Sounds like partial potential. Sorry about that. All right. So tomorrow's game's big for us, and the game coming up. Welcome to the circus is back again. But other news that's happening out here too that I want we have to talk about too is Elliot Lee. I know it's Parkinson hinted at it the other day, but here it is right here, confirmed. Wrexham confirmed how long Elliot Lee will be out of action. This just happened. Richard Williams got it out. There he is, Elliot Lee, who has not played that much this season, and I don't know why we signed him up if we're not going to. We could have, maybe replaced him. Yes, he's a legend, but here it is. Elliot Lee will be out of action for 12 weeks after he underwent surgery. He had a knee injury, apparently. He's 30 years old. He made 3 starts in the League Cup. Parkinson said that he'll be able to face an extended spell out with Lewis Brunt, who has a thigh injury, who also had surgery and will be out 12 months. Parkinson said Elliot's had an operation on his knee. That was quick. He had a problem with it for a while like that. He saw a specialist last week, and they decided to have an operation, and he's going to be out for 12 weeks. Unfortunately, but it gives him a chance to get that right. Well, that might be the end of Elliot Lee's career at Wrexham, unfortunately. I don't like to say that, but that might have done it. I don't see him getting into the squad in January. I really don't. Parkinson went on to say, and I quote, it's something which has been niggling away with him as he tried to carry on with it, but he got to a point where we sent him and got a second opinion, and the specialist decided to get him in right away. He probably did need surgery. He got surgery. Ollie Rathbone has made his comeback, from his ankle injury. He talks about some of the injury updates. Parkinson confirmed that Rathbone hasn't had a setback, said Ollie is fine. So Ollie Rathbone will be available. He said he went on for George Thomason and George Dobson on the bench ahead of him on Friday. It's difficult because you get a lot of options in the midfield. Yes, our midfield is strong. That combination should be there or thereabouts. He needs to find what his best midfield is, and I think we did find that out the other day between because Thomason did do well last week between Matty James, Lewis O'Brien, and Paul and Schaaf. But he does have options. I think George Thomason is a very good player. Parkinson says Ollie is an important player for us. He's just got to wait, but the moment will come. So obviously, I don't think he'll be starting anytime soon, but he will be getting bench minutes for sure. There's no more cup until January, February. So Ollie Rathbone's probably going to have to wait his time for starting in some of these matches if the midfield continues the midfield like that. Parkinson had an update on Danny Ward, his dislocated elbow, and Andy Cannon, who ruptured his ACL, and Jay Rodriguez, who has a leg injury. Parkinson said Andy's making great progress, he said. He's been out on the training pitch with us, not joining in full training by any stretch of the imagination, but it's good to see him out there. Okay. Andy Cannon make the squad for me in January? I don't know. We'll see where we are. We'll see what we're thinking. Goes on to say, Jay is still in the gym working, This is Jay Rodriguez. Remember, hasn't played a minute this season. Working hard, but hopefully we'll get him back out in the grass. Don't see him getting a spot, in my opinion. Obviously, Wardy, when you have an injury like that, nature's healing process takes time as expected. So Ward will be out for a while. There's no way we really can shave time off what Wardy's a great lad to have around the room, around the dressing room. And when he's not involved, he's always in and around the boys offering words of encouragement. He'll be back hopefully by Christmas time. Okay, well, there you go. So Ward by Christmas. So that's another 6 weeks away. So we'll see. That's the update on that. But it does give a lot of questions of what's going to happen in January. I don't see Andy Cannon getting in the squad, in that 25-man squad. I don't see Jay Rodriguez getting in the squad. And I also don't see Elliott Lee getting in the squad. Those are the three. Those are my three that I think. So you're saying we have a spot in the lineup? Maybe we'll see, Daniel. And I love our back line playing so forward. And Free Pugs, what's up, dude? Hey, yo, just getting here, but I'll watch from and go back and catch up later. All right, sounds good. I'm happy to have you in, Free Pugs, and get ready for tomorrow. What are your thoughts for tomorrow's game, everybody? Think we can go on and win this one? Get your predictions in if you have them. If you're watching later on, get them in the chat as well. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Get your bells on too, because we go live all the time, as you know. Where is Ollie going to fit in, considering our new front foot midfield? Probably that Lewis O'Brien role. Maybe. Ollie is useful in cup games where he would have been useful against Cardiff, but nothing else. Everyone has reached their ceiling. I'm gonna kind of agree with you on that. Cannon out. There you go. Brian Burton just saying it how it is. Always positive. Would love a young player like Charlie Savage. Lots of potential and needs to be at a higher level. I like Charlie Savage. I like him. We were in from not this past summer, but the summer before, and I thought that would have been a really good buy. I thought he's got good quality. He's a really talented young man, and he's at Reading right now. But maybe next year he gets a move. I don't know if it'll be with us, but he deserves to play better competition. Last year, Player of the Year is now a cup fodder. Ouch, Jesus. Free Pugs says 3-1 win tomorrow, and a big win allows Ollie to play some minutes. Yes. Well, those minutes will be sub minutes because he's probably not going to start. What's unfortunate to hear about Elliott Lee. Danny Ward come back. Great. Good to have Andy Cannon back. I mean, those guys, if they want to go, I doubt that anyone will pick up Andy Cannon's contract in January, as he's been out with such an injury like that. They don't have to, if he drops down 1 or 2 levels, maybe. Because obviously, I don't think he'll be in the championship. But I mean, good players. But I think that League One or League Two might be the level there. Obviously we left a lot of players in League One and League Two that are doing very well. Like Palmer's playing down at, is he in League Two? I think he's playing at League Two. He scored the other day, and Jack Marriott's done very well at Reading himself. So there's players that I think, because we moved up so fast, that might have to look at some other opportunities out there too. And I had thought by now that J-Rod would retire, but maybe we'll see what happens in the next few weeks. But Wardy back by Christmas, that's good. I think that AO will probably keep his position. We'll see what Parkinson has to say about that, and we'll deal with that then accordingly. But, for now, just top of mind right now, go back to the game tomorrow. It is a no letdown game. It is get on the front foot. We know how to play. We have the confidence. Give them respect, but don't fear them. I think we can show we can play with anyone in this league. Anybody in this league. That was not a fluke game the other day. It was not a fluke match. We are there. Believe in yourself. Go out and do it. Windass said it. I think Windass let the cat out of the bag. I want to see us go muscle up tomorrow and smack the shit out of Pompey. And then go into the circus on the weekend and take care of business with them again too, which is what I'm excited about. Donna Dub, what's up? I think Ali is great sub for Lou. He has crazy Lewis O'Brien. I think it's Lewis O'Brien, Donna. Sorry about that. He has the same crazy energy as Lewis O'Brien. Yes, Lewis O'Brien. I agree with that too. But he also can shoot better than him, because Lewis O'Brien cannot shoot for shit. Hey, Josh, good luck for tonight. If you're playing, we are home against Hull, 4th win on the bounce incoming. We are playing tomorrow, my friend. Good luck to you guys. Good luck to you. I know you guys are doing very well. You're having a bit of a spell, which is good. You guys are playing Hull. I'll be watching that game too. We play tomorrow night. Good luck to you. Guys, 41 watching, only 19 lights. Hit the come on. Let's go. Yeah, absolutely. Come on now. Sheridan, we have hit a plateau. You have no idea the plateau. The algorithm is not algorithming at all. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. We just It's like 1 up, 2 down, 2 up, 1 down. It's so weird. I do not understand it. Whatever, we are very consistent, or maybe the shows are just horrible. I don't know. Just joking. They're not. I don't think they are. So last thoughts: Ashfield, Hardy, or Cody. Ashfield's injured. Hardy, something's going on there, and Cody, no mas. Coventry displayed that we have been massively underperforming the first 25% of the season. I agree with that. And we're going to take our opportunities now and go put things away. I don't disagree with the current sentiment on Ollie Rathbone. It's a tough to see. I hope Ollie, understanding the current level, is able to make another step up. I love his energy. I think he's the one out of all those guys we just talked about coming back from injury. He's the one that will get the opportunity. He is. Parkinson really likes him. I really like him too. So, but remember, it's still a long season. And over the course of the next, I would say 2 months, we have a lot of games that are coming fast. And, maybe he does rest some guys. Maybe Ollie does get a start. But I think tomorrow is our first test of just proving to ourselves again that we can play at this level and get on that front foot. Supposedly comments help the channel's algorithm, so I'm doing everything I can to help. You're an absolute legend, Brian Burton. And on that one right there, Josh, do you see Cody traded out in January? That'd be harsh, Donna. But I think Parkinson sees something that, he's choosing Scarr over him now. If we can get another good solid center half, or Scarr proves that he can take care of business in the middle there, I'm good. I like Scarr in the middle. I know Hyam has done very, very well. Like I said, thoughts on that Hyam will move back to the middle and drop Scarr. Don't think he'll do that. Personally, I think that is our best back line right now. Max and Doyle have to fight that out. I think Hyam can play either side. I think Hyam's our best player of the season so far. And then right after him is Kieffer Moore. Kieffer Moore gets all the headlights. All the highlights. But, we'll see. Cody, player, coach. We'll see. Anyways, thank you for coming in. Smash that like button. And thank you for all the chats and appreciate it, and super chats and members. Yeah, become a member. It does help out the channel as well. It keeps the channel going, which is great. So thank you all very much. So tomorrow, big game. Let's get after it. Let's get on the front foot tomorrow. Knock a few past them. Maybe get some guys on that need some minutes, but let's go win tomorrow, and let's go and not overlook what we did against Coventry City, and just go out and take care of business. So thank you for coming in. Smash that like button your way out, and on that bombshell.